guys, what's up? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory. This is going to be episode number 71. And we are pretty much just going to get straight on in to some more of the FUT Champs games that I've played over this weekend. So if you missed the last episode, I put it up on Saturday night, which is a bit of an irregular time for the series. Then there'll be a link in the top right corner. Make sure you keep up to date with that. It shows the progress of our first few games. And as you can see, we are 3-0 in the weekend league. So I know I'm never going to play 40, so I like to actually show you like all of the goals and stuff from each of the games that I play, rather than just showing you highlights of a couple of games. So we'll go through all of it, and this is going to be my journey for another couple of wins, basically, so we can get to that benchmark of 5 wins, which would be the lowest I would want to get if I ever play FUT Champs, so that I can at least get 7.5k, a 25k pack, and then of course we could push on towards 11 wins for the Silver 2 in order to auto-qualify for the next week, and obviously get slightly better rewards. So, as you guys know, I'm using a team which is slightly modified to what we built a couple weeks ago, because I've managed to get 3 lone icons into the squad. Definitely happy to do that, and they have made a massive difference. Rio at the back is an absolute rock. We of course have Dennis Bergkamp, who's like pulling the strings quite well, and I'll be interested to show you like the overall stats for players like that after we come away, after their loans are done and stuff, and done and dusted. See how many goals and assists they contributed in the 20 games that they were actually a part of the squad. And of course we've also got Mateus, and as well as that we'll probably end up using like Vieira and Petit, because there's less games left on Lothar's loan than there is on the other two. So this game here looks as though it's going pretty well. 2-0 up so far in the first half, and we are passing the ball around really well. At this point in time, servers felt ace. This was, I don't know, I guess like Saturday afternoon before we got into that prime time in the evening, and actually the last couple games of this episode are going to be where we really move on into what I would class as prime time of the evening on a Saturday. And you can definitely notice that it's actually quite difficult to notice when you watch someone's gameplay, but I'm sure if you guys have ever played the weekend league or the daily knockout tournament, or sometimes that like during like peak hours and stuff, you notice that there's a difference. And sometimes you get what people call like input delay, where your passing doesn't feel very smooth, and that's a real horrible thing to play with, because it looks as though you're just playing terribly, but actually you are pressing the buttons, and it's just server delay, because of course it's dedicated servers, right? So 4-1 in this game in the first half is a really, really positive move from us. However, we concede a bit of a sloppy one there. I don't know what I'm doing sliding with like Rio and just generally being a terrible defender in that situation. But pretty much straight down the other end, we can nod it to Harry Kane, and that's a lovely goal. I think I accidentally clicked it so that you had to move the player individually rather than him just making that direct run, and sometimes I can't work it out properly, but there's a great way to like pull that player out so that the ball goes straight to his head and you can hit that same header every time, but I can't seem to nail it every single time. I'm gonna have to work on that. But classic Lasty, we can't seem to keep a clean sheet. Not that we already, we can't seem to stop leaking goals is what I'm really trying to get at here. I may be scoring loads, but I'm definitely leaky in the defence, and that can be the difference between a win and a loss in a much tighter game. Like, these games have been all right. I seem to be on top, and when I'm on a couple of goals in the lead, then I'll quite happily free flow it and play nice football, go for some slightly more audacious goals, or in champs, of course, you just got to basically score whatever you can get into the back of the net, just score it, right? So the perfect start continues, 4-0. That is very nice. We move on into this next game. This guy's got a nice team, nearly a full special team apart from De Gea and Valencia. He's got 3 Dutch icons in the middle, including Ruud Gullit and Dennis Bergkamp, and Frank Rijkaard was the other one, I do believe. And then up front, that man Lozano, the one we all love to not come up against, because he's a beast. But I think he changed a few things around in game. He brought that Is it like Djani? I don't know. Someone from the team of the week that was just gone. He brought him on as a striker instead of Locadia. And I was relatively happy with that because I know that Djani's got quite nice stats. But Locadia's a bit of a beast and I always seem to get get screwed over by him, so I was quite happy to see the back of him when he went off, like really early doors. But I went 1-0 down, and then we quickly equalised with Harry Kane, like sloppy defending there from Nathan Ake, plays it straight to Mateus, I play it straight to Kane, and a little finesse shot, tap it into the back of the net is always going to work. But for these games that I don't want to just show you the goals, I kind of want to flow out the game, and you guys will be able to actually see like how things were going for us. You can tell that this game right here was one of the tougher ones we had. I almost gifted him a goal there. I'm pretty sure I played the pass to that striker, which led to him getting a shot. And because he was pretty solid with his Ake and Van Dijk at the back, I have to admit it was reliant on things like that, like the corner headers with Harry Kane to get the goals, because I noticed that it seemed to be Ake that was marking me rather than Van Dijk, and Van Dijk's really massive, and that would mean I probably wouldn't win the header. But in that situation, where especially where I'm struggling to get through this defence as well, it just opens it up for me to take the headers. We get through that time though, and a beautiful ball over from Harry Kane leads to one of the nicest, sweetest volleys that you can expect from Leon Bailey. And I don't even know, surely this stuff is putting it all to bed now. Like, there's so many people that have tweeted me that comment, you know, Leon Bailey up front with his 70-odd finishing. What are you doing? Not for me. No, no, no. But I can't tell that he's got poor finishing. It genuinely seems amazing to me. He seems like the most ridiculous gem player that I can use on this game, apart from Lozano, right? Because he's better than Messi on this game, for Christ's sake. It's nuts. But we come out with another win, 3-2 in the end. So definitely a relatively tough match there, and GG's to my opponent. But we hit it, 5 wins, which is the benchmark, within 5 games. Now, I know we had that first one, which never ended up counting. But other than that, the perfect start to FUT Champs so far. And then we get matched up against this next squad right here. A lot of people say that after 5 games, you start that the matchmaking starts properly kicking in, and you start ending up playing against people that are of your skill level or have a similar record to you and stuff. Which I don't know if I believe or don't believe. All I know is that sometimes the actual matchmaking, searching for a game, actually takes a little bit longer, and which would maybe suggest that they're trying to link you up to a specific player. But take a look at that. I passed the short ball from the free kick, and I ended up just like, I don't even know, like running straight into my defender, and they ran into each other and I couldn't get out of the way. I gave the ball away, and he basically destroys me, makes me pay for that silly mistake with quite a nice goal from Larson, and then he does it, a really nice finish there with Aubameyang, super powerful. And at half time, in a game which looks relatively even on stats, I'm actually 2-0 down, and I haven't really been in this situation yet so far. So I've been able to keep my head, because I know that I've typically been in the lead all of the games that I've been playing, haven't been 2-0 down at this point. And it was just really frustrating me that I couldn't, like, the whole servers were feeling garbage. That might be the biggest excuse in the world, but I decided to just press the button, not waste any more of my time in that game, which was pretty much looking like a loss, and just get on into the next one. And that is this game right here, where we come up against Suarez, Neymar, 90 Rio Ferdinand, also player of the month, Mane, I believe it was, in the squad, and he switched the team around a little bit, and Harry Kane manages to heel click past Ferdinand, but it ends up still getting blocked, so it's a difficult one to play against. We've currently got Ferdinand in our team as a loan, and he has been a rock. Like, he's actually helped me out loads, but my keeper not saving that shot right there just made me think, okay, what the hell is going on? And I could tell that my players were taking an extra touch when they shouldn't be, and again, like, I'm losing. What a surprise! You're making up excuses and stuff, but you can genuinely tell. It's difficult for you guys to see, but I'm sure you've played with it before, where your players just take an extra touch. You're trying to get some one-touch passing flowing, and you can see from some of my goals that I've scored earlier on, that's kind of the style I like to take, because it requires them to almost keep up with how fast your brain's moving, and sometimes they can't do that because they don't know where you're going to pass. So we're 1-0, we're 1-1 at this point in time after that Lothar Matthäus goal, and that wonder ball from, I think, probably Neymar, I can't remember who it was, somehow got around all of my defenders. I couldn't catch Suarez. He was in a great position, and a player like that is always gonna score. Then Walker whips that into the box, and like Bailey jumps early and doesn't head that in. Maybe that's the poor finishing stat, right? And then Walker misses that attempt there. Should I have sweated that across to Bailey? I don't know. But eventually it comes to Suarez. He scores, but it's offside. So we're still sort of in this game. There's 20 minutes to go, but Mbappe here, like, he's a substitute coming on the pitch. Take a bow. That right there is a stunning goal. He decided to mark the runners and almost pull back on me a little bit there, which of course leads to the shot. I would normally bring Martial on at that point rather than Mbappe, but I decided to change it up. And yeah, we get a really nice goal to take this one to extra time, or so I thought. But I think pretty much kickoff goal there allowed him to get that Neymar goal. And we're straight back down again. So it's 3-2. I couldn't seem to be able to muster up anything towards the end of that game. And I reckon at the end of that one, deservedly coming away with a loss there. As you can see, my opponent beating me with possession, pass accuracy, shots. Yeah, like GG's to my opponent. And I thought at that point, like, I'd gone 5-0. And then I've gone 0-2. It seems a bit weird. I'm just going to leave it there. Like, I'm going to leave it there for now. I've got another episode tomorrow. Don't worry, we did carry on playing in the weekend league. I know I said at the end of the last one that we would get to 5 wins and maybe stop, but I had a little bit of a surge on Sunday, so that'll be tomorrow's episode for you. We'll continue on the weekend league on our journey to 11 wins to get auto qualification for the next one. But do me a favour, guys, hit that thumbs up button if you have enjoyed. Let me know what your records are or were for the weekend league. You know, as it's Monday, there is still time left, you know, because it got extended. Are you still playing? If so, what's your record? Let me know down below. And of course, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're new. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.